So Putin's not effing around anymore. They're going to send depleted uranium, which is bombs, to Ukraine, which is quasi-nuclear weapons. I don't even know if quasi is the word for it, but depleted uranium shells are indeed a red line, and he spoke of it during his meeting with Xi Jinping, because he just had a meeting with Xi Jinping.
Those are those birth defect causing things that in Iraq they had depleted a huge uranium surge in birth defects from. I think that
they call it bunker busters.
I think we've always denied that there's no reason depleted uranium.
Oh, it's not bad depleted. For you. It's depleted. You can brush your teeth with it. Here he is. You want to here's his. So here, I'll just read you what he said, because what's the point unless you speak Russian? So here's what he said. We have not ignored the situation around Ukraine. Many of the provisions of the peace plan put forward by China are in tune with Russian approaches and can be taken as a basis for a peaceful settlement when the West and Kiev are ready for it. However, so far we have not observed such readiness on their part, because they don't want peace. Moreover, at the time when we were discussing the possibilities of the Chinese peace settlement plan, today it became known that the UK deputy minister announced not only the supply of tanks to Ukraine, but also depleted uranium shells. It seems that the West has really decided to fight Russia to the last Ukrainian not in words, but in deeds. But I would like to note that if all this happens, Russia will have to react accordingly, bearing in mind that the collective West is already beginning to use weapons with a nuclear component. So the maniacs in the West are really pushing nuclear war. And Putin's not going to stand for it. And if you want a nuclear war, they're going to get one. And nobody in America seems to really care about nuclear war anymore because of Putin and Trump.
Well, Sean Penn said that I shouldn't really be overly concerned about this.
We shouldn't be worried about this.
And I imagine if I was going to cut this up and debunk you, I'd say, what? Depleted uranium is perfectly safe. It doesn't mean it's radioactive. It's just causes really bad birth defects. And do we not have because we're running out of ammo. So is this like they have these laying around and this is another thing we could just send over there?
I guess they have them laying around. It's just amazing. They can do this to the American people anytime they want. They can make Americans think that another dictator is worse than our president and is a bad person. They can make them a one-dimensional, but they're just a monster, and we have to go start bombing people to save them.
Well,
and it happened. It happened in Iraq twice. It happened in Libya. It happened in Syria. Happened in Afghanistan for 20 years, and it's happening right now. Oh, it's happening in Somalia. Happening in Yemen. Happening in Ethiopia. Now it's happening in Ukraine, and to the tune of $100 billion. And nobody's going to say anything. And there's going to be a nuclear war. Go ahead.
Nobody I know, like when people bring up Ukraine just a little bit, the very few people who would bring it up, but they're like, I guess they Hollywood work. None of them know we spent more on this than Putin did invading.
Right. I know.
None of them know that.
They don't know anything. They don't know about the 2014 Maidan coup. They don't know that that we blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. They don't know that we started this war and we've been pushing for this war for 20 years. They don't know this.
I didn't know this for like many years. I thought it was the thing that was weird to me was after I watched all the many like Vice, these other videos about how many Nazis were there, all of a sudden it was like, no, there's not. And I'm like, you were the guys telling me that. It wasn't Jimmy Dore.
That's
Didn't
right.
hear it on your show. I heard it from all the news.
That's right. All the news always reported.
To Charlottesville, they were real panicked about Nazis everywhere. And then all of a sudden, everybody forgot that that's a thing.
Everybody's got some Nazis. That's what they say now. Everybody's got Nazis. That's what they say.
Just stay off Twitter. Blow up what you want, though, but don't tweet.
Go to jimmydore.com to see my new stand-up special, COVID Lies Are Funny. For only $10, you get to become a premium member, too. And come see us do our live shows. We're going to be doing stand-up comedy in Milwaukee, Nashville, Honolulu, Los Angeles, Northampton, Massachusetts, Syracuse, New York, Cohoes, New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Baltimore, Maryland, and more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.